Silence your cell phones now.
Every kid has that one gift they want more than anything for Christmas. This is the story of mine.
Bookends?
No, not those. Nintendo.
What's going on, YouTube? It's NC, a place to be children, Mr. A&E. Back to you guys with another movie experience here. And today we're going to review the newest Christmas movie that dropped on HBO Max, 8-Bit Christmas. 8-Bit Christmas, man. This day has touched my soul when it comes to nostalgic feel and stuff like that. I remember all days like this, growing up, being born in the 80s and going to the 80s and the 90s kids, stuff like that, man. I used to love this film is speaking to me. It's like the Christmas story, but taking place actually in the 80s and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed it. So we did a review of this on the Nerdgasm Talk podcast, which you guys can listen to the full podcast on all the podcast apps. But now it's going to be the audio version of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy it as me, Swag, and Q-Flow mostly me just break the whole video down, stuff like that. I really enjoyed this movie. Hope you guys listen to it. And afterwards, subscribe to the channel for more movie experiences and movie reviews right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC, a place to be. Children, Mr. A&D, and I'll see you at the movies. So welcome back to the movie experience, guys. This is the audio version of the movie experience, so we're not on camera. So I said a couple movies this past week, and I'm gonna go over this. So the first one I'm gonna go over with is a holiday movie which came on HBO Max called 8-Bit Christmas. So 8-Bit Christmas, if anybody has seen the Christmas Story before, y'all have seen this movie, because it's the Christmas Story but in the 80s. It's a movie that speaks to my heart because me and my son was watching it, and I was getting everything about it. And I was just like, oh my God, all the stuff that they was doing in this movie, it touched home to me. So I'll give you guys the rundown, the good, the bad, and the experience, everything. So when it comes to the good, is I like that good. They did a good job by making we feel like this is 1988. It's 80s bullies, 80s clothes, 80s music, this 80s everything. And at that time, the Nintendo system, that 8-bit system was the most popular thing walking. This was before 16-bit of Super Nintendo and Genesis. This was Nintendo. And how it follows this kid who Neil Patrick Harris plays him as an adult, but talks about how he got his Nintendo around the holiday season. And we follow him, and I'm just like, this movie was funnier than it deserved to be. Okay, and the different things I was dealing with, like my Nintendo, about, I was telling my son, I was like, look, we all had to come over, because it was this one rich kid in the movie that had the Nintendo. Of course, he had everything, right? And he would pick people every Saturday morning, kids, to come over to watch him play Nintendo. He would never allow nobody on. He was a snob. And then, of course, when he got the Power Glove, who don't remember the Nintendo Power Glove? But I was just like, there was no online. There was no, you go in your room and you play with hundreds of people. No, you had to get your friends and go to the house, and y'all sat around that TV and played the system. That's old school. I miss them days. Everything is online. I'm like, no, you had to come to the house, and we gonna play it over here. And they showed that element to it. And I love how they had the plan of going after this Nintendo, and the rug kept coming up from under them all the time. And I was just like, oh my God, when are y'all going to get this fucking Nintendo? That's how I was feeling in the movie. Kind of how Ralphie was with the BB gun, but this one I was like, yo, Ralphie's big thing was it's a gun. It's going to shoot, the whole thing, shoot your eye out type thing. This one was, it's Nintendo. And obviously, it was just like everything that they was doing, the rug kept getting pulled out from a group of these kids. So, that was a good thing about it. It's a short watch, only an hour. It's only an hour and a half. When it comes to the bad, if there's any bad, I would say I felt as though, like, I was satisfied, but I wasn't satisfied with the ending.
Okay.
Of how it ended. Only because of the literal shit these kids had to do. Just because I felt like the movie did a good job for me feeling bad for these kids. Like this Nintendo,
right?
And it focused on just focused on a group of it was 6 of them, And it was like, I'm just so, a very, very diverse cast of people in here also. And I was just like, I am just so upset that they could not get this damn Nintendo. After it just kept like something else happened. I was like, I don't know if I'm just say too satisfied with the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
Okay.
I was just like, I get it, I appreciate it, I really do. But is that the ending? I don't know if I'm truly satisfied.
Okay.
But it could be just be a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience goes is it's like me and my son was sitting down there. We was watching it, and I was just like, yo, I said, because he wants to always go to Loud House, all that bullshit that I don't watch no more.
Right.
And I'm tired of watching all the kiddie shows with my daughter, so I'm just like, look, there's a new movie out. I said, why not check it out? Because I didn't want to sit there and watch a Hawkeye. I said, let me check out 8-Bit Christmas. I was like, let's see how bad this thing is. And I was like, God, this thing is not bad at all. This thing is actually a pretty solid, good Christmas movie. So when it comes to 8-Bit Christmas, I'm going to give it a damn near perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I was not expecting that.
It was an entertaining movie. I actually legit laughed. And I love the 80s callbacks, and I also love that it speaks to me. It speaks to my 80s heart. It speaks to my childhood growing up, especially when it comes to getting the system. Like, once again, I was never a fan of the Nintendo. I was more of a fan of the Sega and the Super Nintendo when it came to the 16-bit.
Yeah.
But I remember my friends that had the Nintendo, and my God, when that Power Glove came out, yo, it was a wrap. I remember all them days. I remember the snob that had, because it's always that one classmate that has it all. I remember a classmate that I had got, y'all know I'm in the Power Rangers, and of course, there was this one classmate, I'm not going to say his name, had every Megazord on release date. You hear me? And he would come to school and line up
Spoiled. No, I was saying he's spoiled.
Yeah, and he would come to school every day, a new Megazord release for the new series of Power Rangers, and line it up on his desk, Zord by Zord. Oh, I hated him.
Now, he just being cocky at that point.
Yes!
Yeah, there was no reason to line him up.
As soon as Zeo came out and everybody was hyped on Zeo, he had the new Zeo Megazord and lined up all 5 pieces right across his desk. It did his work. I hated it.
There was no reason. No reason to do
all the pieces, all the stickers, and I was just like, it's all y'all know there's always that one kid. So that is that's my review for 8-Bit Christmas. Make sure you guys check it out. On HBO Max. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. It's a good Christmas movie. To me, it was good. I may actually put it on the Christmas bracket. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna try to catch it sometime this week.
Say what?
I'm gonna try to catch it sometime this week.
Yeah, like I said, and who doesn't like Neil Patrick Harris?
Yeah, he is amazing.
Yeah. So
what was the show called? How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
Great.
So
yeah.
So make sure you guys check that out. But that's the movie experience. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube channel. And once again, this is NCA Pace Beat Channel, Mr. Andy, and I'll see you at the movies.